Oh, hi. It's me again, Wes. I am sorry that I've missed the last couple days. Um, I had some issues I needed to take care of, and so I'm back now. Today was another day at work. Went to a coin club meeting, so I'm trying to get out there into the public and meet people. Went out to dinner with some of my coworkers after the meeting, so that was nice getting to spend time with them. But I have missed the last couple days for good reason. Um, my mental health has been less than ideal. Um, so I guess now is as good a time as any to talk about my mental health. Um, I noticed that my mental health wasn't exactly where it should be back during and after my freshman year of high school. Um, so before I was diagnosed with the generalized anxiety disorder uh, back in, I guess, following my freshman year of high school. This was marked by me getting sick and anxious anytime I tried to go on dates with my girlfriend at the time. Um, that anytime we'd try to go out, I would get sick. When I went to her dance recital, I was fine, but then when it was time to meet her, I got sick. And so it became such a thing that, I we couldn't stay together because I was just so sick. Anytime I would try to spend time with her. Um, and throughout high school, I kind of tried to deal with this anxiety. I went to see a therapist for about 2 years while I was in high school. And they tried to teach me some coping techniques on how to deal with my anxiety. Good ways to communicate. And I got to talk about, some of the things that I saw causing problems in my life. And I thought things were okay. Uh, so then, when I went off to college, I still had anxiety through all this, but I was able to manage it better. When I went off to college, that's when I started noticing that I didn't want to get out of bed. And not in just the way that teenagers don't want to get out of bed, but I felt like, what's the point? I felt hopeless. I felt like I was never going to have any friends. Like, I felt like everything I did was wrong. And so those were the first signs that I also suffered from depression. Throughout college, I had ups and downs with both my anxiety and my depression. Um, Whereas the depression really did come and go, and I didn't see it very much. The anxiety was pretty constant, just the severity varied. So I tried to seek therapy while I was in college. I tried the campus health psychological services numerous times. I tried to see numerous therapists. I attended group therapy for a period. And just none of it really seemed to be effective. Um, So that was disheartening. I tried to change my diet while I was in college, try to have a healthier diet. That didn't really seem to benefit my health, my mental health. Um, Even to the point where I would turn to like soda to try to combat it. I know that's weird to say, but like I tried giving up soda at one point during college. But I decided to start drinking it again after I was going through some emotional problems having to do with a girl I had been on a few dates with. Um, the caffeine withdrawals and all make me feel bad, so I'm like, why would I want to feel double bad? And so I started drinking soda again. But my I've had several times of just really deep depression while I was in college. The anxiety would pose itself, at different times, and I would deal with it, and I didn't like it, but it didn't really. I didn't feel like that affected my relationships very much, but the depression did. Then that led to suicidal ideation in some of the darker times. And that was hard, and it wasn't caused by great traumas in my life. It just happened. I mean, sometimes it was. Following my first breakup with my very first serious girlfriend, my junior year of college, I was in a deep depression. To the point I was suicidal. Even before her, I was in a deep depression. Just I don't even know why. Very depressed after my most recent breakup, but leading up to that, and probably as a good reason for the breakup, I started noticing a lot more problems with my mental health that arose towards the end of my senior year. And now that I'm living at home, I've noticed a lot of changes in my mental health that were less than ideal. I become much more anxious to the point where I had to start telling my parents how I was feeling, about how in the past had these ideas, like I know how I could kill myself if I wanted to, but a few days ago it felt real for the first time. Like this is something I could actually do. And that scared me so badly. So that night I told my parents how I was feeling. And we talked about it, and we talked about what we wanted to do about it. We decided that I needed to see a therapist, I needed to see a doctor, I needed to discuss, medications with my doctor more so. Because I started originally when I first got put on medication my junior year. They had me on Zoloft, and I didn't like the side effects. It made me dizzy. It decreased my interest in a lot of things. But I got a girlfriend soon after I started taking that, and so I started feeling better. And so I started feeling like I needed the Zoloft less. And while I was dating her, I really didn't need it. But then once we broke up, it's like that serotonin pump left, and so I really needed it, but I didn't take it. And then I got put on Celexa back at the beginning of this year, but it the prescription ran out, and I wanted to up the dose, but I could never get into my doctor to make the appointment to do that, and so that fell through the cracks, and so I stopped taking that as well. And at the beginning of July, I knew I needed to see my doctor, and so I met with my doctor again, and she doubled my dose of Celexa. And after my most recent issues, and I went back to the doctor, they doubled it again, so then now I was at 40 milligrams of Celexa. And I'm feeling okay now. Um, I haven't had any major anxiety symptoms in the past couple of days, which I'm thankful for. But still, it's scary. It's scary when you don't even know if you can trust yourself, your own thoughts, the things going through your head. You don't know if it's you saying it or, the demons inside you, your poor mental health. For people out there that thinks depression is sadness, you're wrong. People that think anxiety is worrying, you're wrong. It's so much more than that. Depression isn't just feeling sad, it's feeling like there's no point. It's feeling like everything is dark and everything is out to hurt you or indifferent towards you. That your place in everything is just so insignificant. And everything that you do is damaging to others. At least that's how I experienced it. Experienced that I would rather just stay in bed, because if I was there, I wouldn't have to interact with anybody, and no one would have to interact with me. But anxiety, in a way, for me, that's worse, because it's more frequent, and it almost feels that when I get anxious, like my skin needs to get clawed off my body, and that it feels like I feel pains in my chest and my arms, and I feel like burning in the back of my neck. Not to mention my heart racing. And then, in my most recent appointment to the doctor, it was brought to my attention that I may have some more mental health issues. The doctor said that I have evidence of some obsession and compulsion, that could explain my aversion to things not going as planned. I have a strong aversion to that. And it's not just me being spoiled or me being inflexible. It's more than that. That it could explain how I get so attached to people. That's been very damaging for a lot of relationships in my life, both friendships and, romantic relationships, that I'm clingy. I cling to this person, and when they don't want to communicate with me, I don't understand. I don't know how to talk about these things without me sounding, crazy. I don't know how to express myself well, and it's a lot of cognitive dissonance. I know the things that I feel aren't right. I know the things that I do aren't right, but they still make sense in my head. And so I want to be talking. If I care about someone, I want to be talking to them a lot. Or it doesn't even have to be meaningful. I just want to know that they're there. It's hard. And so, I always ask for the people in my life to have some, leniency and some understanding. And for some people, it's easier than others. That particular thing is something that caused a lot of problems in my most recent relationship. She wanted to be able to do her own thing, and I supported her right to do her own thing, but that didn't stop the voices in my head from being so clingy, and I actively tried to fight them. I talked to her about it and I tried to implore her to be understanding, but I also wanted to be fair to her. So, I told her, that if I got too much, tell me. If she just couldn't do it anymore, tell me. Because I understand how much of a toll being with me can take. And having to be under that constant stress, I don't want anyone to have to deal with that. Um, I just want to feel okay. I want to feel confident in myself. I want to feel like I can go out in the world and I don't have to worry about, hiding who I am. I don't want to have to worry about being something that I'm not. I'm a good person. People like me. I'm friendly, I'm kind. I just want everyone to be the best they can be, and I'm trying to learn how to, you know, make sure that I can have the best for me too, that I can be able to take care of myself. Um, so, a lot of this is new, and I'm trying to find a therapist. I'm trying to see if medications can help. I don't know if they will or not, but these are steps in the right direction. Everyone that worries about me, I want you to know that I have a support system. I'm trying. And I appreciate everyone that's ever been in my life and has talked to me about these things and tried to help me with these things and tried to be understanding about these things. You guys are the true blessings to me. And I just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for that. Um, so I hope in the future I'm able to have healthier relationships. I'm able to be the person that the people I interact with deserve to have in their life. And in the meantime, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna tell myself things will get better. I'm going to do all I can to fix those things in my life that are causing me problems. Because even if I don't get what I want, if I keep doing the right things will come to me, even if it's not the things I planned. So, that's a brief rundown on my mental health, or her lack thereof. If you have any questions, let me know. Uh, if you or a loved one have ever dealt with depression, anxiety, OCD, any mental health disorder, I'm thinking of you, I'm praying for you. This is an excruciating thing, but you will get through. You will be okay. In the meantime, I bid you a good morning, good day, good night, and I look forward to seeing you soon.